Welcome to episode 96 of Open-Minded Mystics. Today is November 7th, and we are here to talk about November 6th event, as well as Denise Washington is here, 10 minutes at the top with Fitness with Denise. Look at that gorgeous smile. I cannot wait to reflect on yesterday's event and talk about all of the things that we did so that you know what to look forward to for next time. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Donna, the producer of Open-Minded Mystics, and tonight is going to be such an amazing event. I don't know if anything can top yesterday's event, but tonight we're sure going to talk about exactly what we did. I'm about to bring out our host, Miss Tracy Locke.
Hey!
Our life coach, Miss Kim Mazzella.
Hello.
And then we are going to bring out someone who is going to bring us once a month, the first Monday of the month, 10 minutes of fitness. Do you guys remember Denise Washington?
We remember Denise Washington. How could we forget Denise Washington? With her purple hair and her big, beautiful smile and her incredible fitness journey and her electric personality. What part did I miss?
I don't think you missed. I mean, honestly, that's an amazing intro. So without further ado, let's bring out Denise Washington for our 10 minutes at the top with Denise.
Woo.
Thank you so much, Donna, Tracy, and Kim. You know what? I need to can that in that intro.
Right.
On days when I'm feeling like bleh, I'm gonna listen to that intro and go, "Oh yeah, that's me."
That is you.
Good evening. I have a question for everyone.
Okay.
Have you heard of NEAT?
Neat.
Neat.
I am neat. I like to be neat.
And I'm not talking about whether or not you hang your clothes up, whether you throw them across. No, this is an acronym.
Oh.
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That sounds like a lot of gobbledygook. All it is the amount of energy that you burn outside of sleeping, scheduled exercise, and eating.
Wow.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
NEAT is pretty important.
Okay.
Because what we do, we spend a lot of time sitting throughout your day. Think about it. People will schedule an hour, 90 minutes a day to go work out. But that 90 minutes a day, the impact that it has on the amount of calories and amount of energy that you expend is very small.
Yeah.
However, NEAT can contribute to over 50% of the energy that you expend.
Oh,
So
wow.
what is NEAT? What type of activities constitute NEAT? Who has a dog?
Me,
Okay, walking your dog.
45 minutes to an hour each morning.
There you go. Walking your dog is NEAT.
Mm-hmm.
Running around with children, that's NEAT. Even food shopping. which I hate to do,
I don't do it.
That's part of NEAT. NEAT is usually a say hit type of activity because it's very good on the joints because you're not jarring your joints.
Mhm.
People can use NEAT when they're injured, and you can tailor NEAT, meaning what works for you might not work for me. So, and NEAT is free.
Yeah,
But
I like free.
Free. See, I'm all for free. I'm all for free. But what studies are showing is that since NEAT is such a big contributor, we're talking about those 16 hours that you are awake a day.
Yeah.
What happens with NEAT is people who engage in it have a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. They also have a reduced inflammatory response throughout their body. And we all know inflammation, that is the cornerstone for your chronic illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what's happening in this country with chronic illnesses, not even in this country, just across the world.
Right.
It also affects mood. Those who engage in NEAT usually have better rebound reflexes as far as, say, when we're now exposed to fewer hours of light, which is what's happening now. And many people are affected by seasonal depression. Not saying that alone, but that's enough to start making people feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of things that they're now finding out that NEAT does for the body and for the mind and your spirit. What they did find out, though, is once we had to go through that lockdown with the pandemic, more people that worked from home, what do you think happened to NEAT?
It got messy.
Oh, yeah, probably went down.
It got messy.
Right.
The house got messy, and the amount of movement that people did was less. They're bringing people coming back to the office. Unfortunately, corporations are now trying to find out how they can get people moving again, because rather than go, say, fill up their water bottle and they'd go visit a friend and they'd go talk to this one or take an extra lap around the building, people are just going and coming back. So the amount of NEAT, even now that we're going back to the workplace, has been reduced. And that's going to have some really dire consequences if we don't figure this out. Now, standing here, I am participating in NEAT, and it is not because I'm using my hands, because I'm from Brooklyn, and that's what we do. It's not that. And you can't see it, but I'm at a standing desk.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I'm at this desk 7 hours a day.
Okay.
Not only am I doing that, I became very conscious, because I know I had mentioned earlier before that I had lost 100 pounds. I know that is huge. NEAT. For a matter of fact, I did incorporate, and I don't know if you can see this.
Wow. No way.
That was me. Now, this was me before, and I didn't even know I looked like this, but that's another conversation. But this person just started working out, let's say 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But in order for me to become this person here, matter of fact, I'll just show you this person here.
That person.
100 some odd pounds less. I had to incorporate NEAT, meaning I started reading about it. And I made sure that I had my standing desk, because I've had a standing desk for almost a decade.
Wow. Okay.
Even before they were a thing, because now they're really, really cheap, and I'm really, really jealous. But I needed to incorporate that. Why? That exercise that I was doing was not burning enough, because we're just talking negligible amounts when you compare for your whole day.
For the whole day, yeah.
Whereas NEAT, that's going to be your 50%. Studies have found that if you do 10,000 extra steps a day, you burn 500 extra calories about.
What is it?
Extra steps a day?
10,000 extra.
Yeah. Can you tell me what it stands for one more time? What does NEAT stand for one more time?
That stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And basically, again,
don't have a
Okay.
standing desk, right? But I'm at my desk a lot. So
Right.
my Apple Watch is always saying stand. Is it telling me to stand because of NEAT? I'm like, why are you on the
Yes.
stand?
It's telling you to stand because of NEAT. Also, I know Fitbit will let you know every hour, and it wants you to walk 250 steps. NEAT.
How?
Oh, so wait.
That's what that is.
I have a question, Denise. So I love that you said 10,000 extra steps. So how many steps should you be taking a day if you're trying to lose weight, not maintain?
Now, that 10,000 is a fallacy because that's tied in with the Olympics in the 80s. That's what that is tied into. There is really no scientific fact or basis of that. We're looking at anything over 8,000 a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I am really
Anything
well. The
over
weeks I have my
8,000.
dog, I get that. But then the weeks
Right, exactly. And think about the times that, let's say, you might be going to the store, but then you stop and you talk to this one, and you go up and down this aisle and you go around. That's all NEAT. And when you add that up, you can end up losing burning off an extra pound. Now, that's really important for somebody who's trying to lose weight. Even more important if you're trying to maintain your weight. Because maybe you don't have to go to the gym extra. I'll just start walking around a little bit more.
Yeah. Or I tighten my body up when I'm standing to do hair sometimes. Like when I get into a certain position, I'll do I don't know what there's a name for that too. What is it called when you constrict your muscles and it's like I can't remember the name of it. I knew it a long time ago, but there's like some kind of science that they say if you tense your muscles for a long enough time and then you release it, it's supposed to burn some calories.
Yeah.
And there is a certain type of exercise which I'll probably remember tonight about 3:30 in the morning. Yes, because it was really
isometric.
There it is.
Isometrics. Thank you.
Way to go, Tina.
So
Thank you.
I set about 1 million alarms a day because I do something called the Course in Miracles, and sometimes you have to pray throughout the day or say certain things. I think when I do that, when I'm done, I'll stand and just like do, like stretch in place or something, right? I'm going to add
stretch in
I'll
place,
let you know.
move, fidget, because those people, because we all have friends who you're talking to them and they're folding their arms and they're going like this, or they're tapping their foot. That's all NEAT.
Okay.
But
that adds up.
Yeah, so that's amazing. So Denise, is there anything that you could be doing to increase NEAT? Like one of the things I find myself lately doing is, I don't know why, but like arm circles. So I'll just be standing there if I'm like on the computer and I'm like, I might as well do arm circles while I'm listening to this call. So any movement that you're doing can be considered NEAT. Yes. I just read an article where they were saying if you just flex your calf, like while you're sitting at your desk, if you're in a seated position and you go up on your toes and flex your calf muscles, you know what I mean? And then and this is just seated. So just the bottom half of your legs, like you just flex, like point your toe, flex and put, that supposedly really helps with blood flow.
Circulation.
It does help with circulation because think about it. If you're sitting, gravity's pulling everything down. Not that it's not coming back up because you'd be dead. But it is helping getting that circulation. You're helping the valves. You're getting the muscles moving. Anything that you do, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty in it. And we can each tailor it for what we're doing. And you can do NEAT when you're injured. Let's say you're recovering. Like yesterday, Saturday, I went on a hike. And it was a strenuous hike. I'm not going to lie. I'm very happy I made it through. I was like, yes.
Good for you.
Sunday, I did a lot of NEAT. Why? I knew that my muscles were tight. I knew they were tight. And of course, I hydrated, did all that other things. But I did a lot of NEAT until I had to go driving into New York. But I did do a lot of NEAT when I could. And when I got there, I did NEAT also. I walked around. I walked up and down the aisles. I did,
And you know what I'm thinking too? Like sometimes like at night, I'm tired. I just want to sit and watch television. So I might like watch TV for a half an hour, but I could just stand and play some walker, make shoulder circles or,
Yeah, do some squats, get up, do some break.
Well, maybe not too much. You don't want to not be able to sleep, especially if you're in menopause. But
now let me ask you a question, Denise. Is it a fallacy before you go? I know we're asking you, but is it a fallacy that if you do exercise at night, it will keep you awake? For instance, say like what Kim was saying, if I'm watching a show at night and I say to myself, okay, during the commercial breaks, I'm going to do squats, or I'm going to do sit-ups or something during the commercial breaks. Will that keep me up all night?
I will tell you that studies show one thing, but my experiences are totally different. From what I'm reading, it's stating that you shouldn't do strenuous exercises.
Okay.
Exercising rather.
You could do neat though.
2 hours before, because it should keep you up. Well, when we finish, I'm going to the gym.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I'm going to come back here, and I know I am going to sleep and be able to get up tomorrow morning at 6 and do whatever I need to do. For me, it does not interrupt my sleep at all. And I think that we should all figure this out for ourselves and figure out what time is that cutoff point for you. But I know personally, I have no problems whatsoever going out, working out now for 2 hours, and I'll come home, shower, and be like ready, hit the bed.
That's
I used to
awesome.
do the same thing. I would go to work after, being on my feet in the salon, and I felt like it was great. I have to bring out the queen of the planks because I want to know, is that neat? Elizabeth Cheryl Beneduce Bach.
Cheryl! Planks are hard. Not neat.
So planks work the whole body, and it is a whole body workout. Yes, it is neat. And because if you've ever watched my planks, I move back and forth. I do one leg, I do one arm. So I am doing movements on every part of my body. Neat is something that you don't even know you're doing. Can I tell you, when you're driving your car, you're doing neat because you're moving that gas brake, gas brake, arm move, everything that we do, we stand, we're going and doing. I think we've been neat. I think we're all pretty neat.
We are pretty neat. I love that. And Denise, we love the fact that you were here and that you're going to be here every month, and you are going to talk to us and talk to all of our viewers and women about some exercise and inspire us, because you're very inspiring, Denise.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your time.
We thank you.
We love it.
Your time.
We love it. And and thank you so much, Denise, for drawing attention to neat, because now I'm really going to pay attention.
Yeah,
I'm really going to be like, okay, what can I be doing when I'm sitting that's like keeping those calories going, kids? I appreciate that. That is awesome.
My job is done. Good.
Have a wonderful time at the gym. Have a great workout, Denise. Thank you so much.
Have a great workout. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
She's terrific.
Cheryl!
Hey, Cheryl.
Cheryl, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. You look great. I'm so excited to be here tonight. We're going to talk about yesterday. Did you see that video?
I love it.
Yes, I love that. I love that video.
You're really beyond spectacular, because I just want you guys to know that she stayed here last night helping Frank open his computer, get on his computer. After you guys left, she was here with her brother. And I was like, I was doing dishes. I was in the laundry. I'd come out. They'd still be doing things. I'm like, holy. I said, sleep here.
I was leaving and I had the top down, and I said to Frank, I'm like, you know what? Can I have paper towel? Because the inside of my window was fogged. So I ran into the kitchen, and then Cheryl's like, here, I'm going to give you this food. And then I was like, okay. And then I tried to leave, and then all of a sudden they're like, can you get off of our Alexa? Because I had done the music through the Alexa for the workshop. But somebody kept turning the music down on the Alexa. So it wasn't that I was connected. The volume was on. So I fixed that.
Oh, my God.
So I turned to Frank and I said, is there anything else you want me to do? He goes,
wrong.
Actually. And he said, actually, I need to know why I can't send emails out anymore. And at first I thought he was kidding. And then I was like, I'll figure it out. And if I don't, my brother's an IT guy. So the next thing you know, we're calling my brother.
Oh my God.
That's hysterical.
Marie forgot her water bottle. So I brought it back. And as I realized, I'm like right next to her where she lives. So I dropped it off. And then we talked for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Who,
I don't
Marie?
ever sleep. Yeah, I don't sleep.
Oh,
That's crazy.
God.
It was such a fun day.
Oh, what an amazing day.
Let's talk about it. It was amazing.
Let's talk
First of all, I love the video that you got, because you got so much of Little Bit Farm that I've even gotten to see. I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, I love that sign, and I
Oh,
love
can you see it?
horses.
Is it up? Oh, there it goes.
Yes, it's up. I love that sign. And I love horses, and I saw horses and donkeys, and I'm like, how did I miss all that? Where was I when all that was happening?
I know. Well, we took a
Oh
walk
my,
in between some stuff, and everybody that was there was so enamored by the animals, and it was just amazing. And then I had to take this picture because we had been to Lil Bit Farm to do our planning meetings, and we had I don't know why the computer's being glitchy, so it's not changed for me right now. So what do you guys see? Tell me.
we see the barn. I see the barn.
Okay. So, yeah, it was so wild to see it from all different angles. And it was absolutely beautiful. And everybody was just so excited. Everybody got along so well. From the minute everybody walked through the door until we left, it was just magical.
So if you're
Yeah.
just tuning in right now, what we're talking about is we had our first Vibe Tribe live event yesterday, November 6th, from 12:30 to 3:30, maybe a little bit longer. Who knows? You'd have
Maybe
to
more or
find
less.
out. And we had the four of the most amazing women show up for our first event, which we're so excited about. And they brought the energy. They were so much fun. They were so like Donna said, their personalities just gelled right away. They had such great energy. They were so open and ready and up for anything. And we had such a great time. I mean, it was from the minute it started till it ended.
Yeah.
I was like, this has just been such a great uplifting day. They all
Yeah.
brought a different, like, positive energy, and different facets of their personality came out. And I was like, this is so much fun. I could do this literally every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of my favorite things about the entire event was from the start to finish, like the way we brought them in, the way everybody became it felt like we became a family. Like, like we're talking about a tribe, like we became a family very quickly. Like everybody was open to doing the icebreaker that started, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was do we have video of it? It was so much fun. It was really, and everybody was willing to really, because it was a find your voice opportunity. It was an opportunity for you to be with women who would support you in being silly and being out there and being yourself and showing your voice. And there were some people who were not, as willing to do it in the beginning, and by the end we all were just together and open, and it didn't take very long. It was just a couple of quick because we really planned it out very well. Like, I really felt like we got together and talked about this over and over and over again, because we wanted to make sure that everybody who came here had such a great time. Because they were coming to this magical place. I'm sorry if you haven't been to Little Bit Farm, next time come, because you're going to be like, it's a magical place. You just, as I was driving up, and I'm going, it's just like I felt my whole body relaxing and my whole body going into that. Like, I am so ready to give and receive. And it was really a day of giving and receiving, where everybody who left, like, I felt like, myself included, everybody who left so much more than when we got there. And it was just really wonderful. It was all about the fifth chakra, but it was all geared towards finding your voice from the beginning to end. And it was fun, even when we did the creative exercise, to start to see people's voices shine through in that creativity. In the picture, you could see where everybody got an opportunity to, through reflection, create their own little individual piece of artwork. And you can see the different personalities shining through. It was really very cool just to see. It was almost like you get to know them even better through their creativity and their in that experience.
Yeah, because one of the great things about that art project, that if you could put that up, Donna, one more time, I appreciate it. So they were just given that one piece. So everyone is given the same thing to start with very little direction other than just let it flow. And as you can see, it is really cool to see what everyone comes up with in that span of time. And it does definitely tell a little bit about them when you look at what they create and how they created it. And I think it's very telling. And it was such a cool exercise. You forget how much I forgot how much I enjoy painting and drawing and just taking that time, that quiet time to really focus and be creative and not have any rules and be like, you know what, whatever comes out, it's going to come out and it's going to be perfect, and not worry about like what anyone else is doing. What's up, Reese? Yes. What everyone else
meant that it was a great win to have such a great event, and I realized I'm wearing my Jets shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, it never ends.
Listen, I agree with you. And I want to say, because what we showed everybody, time over repeatedly was this image of the fifth chakra. And when we were all given the paper, it was very simple. It was a circle and it was the center symbol, and that was it, which I love seeing how people interpret things differently. I mean, from start to finish, I really do believe the amount of detail that was put into it, including this shot.
Oh, wow. Yum.
Okay.
It's delicious.
If you have never been at Lil Bit Farm or at anything hosted by the great Miss Cheryl Beneduce-Bach, this is the charcuterie that I showed pictures to my children like it was a baby I was proud of. I was like, you have to see, I have many angles that was on unbleached parchment paper as in a runner form down the center. And I said, you know what? You guys always do such an amazing job at the holidays of making charcuterie boards, but you always leave me with a million dishes. This year we're getting and we're getting big holders. I mean, please, please, please look at the beauty of that table.
Yes, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Cheryl, I felt like your farm definitely is magical. I mean, we knew that going up for the meetings. Like, I don't want to sound redundant, but I mean, the fact that everybody got to go, I got to go outside. That was part of my exercise, to take everyone outside.
That was your neat.
and to go and see the horses. But you know what the most magical part is, everyone that's watching? They're all rescues. Cheryl rescues these animals. So you have a rescue donkey, you have a rescue horse, and 2 minis. And in the videos, you can see there was a donkey, and like the view, that's the back, like from the barn to the back of the house. I mean, it is a magical place that you live in, Cheryl.
Thank you. Each one of those animals we're going to slaughter. So we always get a phone call when something is going down. And both my husband and Frank rescued the donkey and put him in the back of his truck. And I believe he was in the back of the truck and I drove, and we brought him home because he was going to slaughter. So we're all survivors. We're survivors of many things. And I wore my Rocky tonight because, Rocky really gave me a lot of love, because you know what? He came from nothing and he was consistent. And I believe our Vibe Tribe, I'm telling you, you blew me away. You blew me away with everything. I think people walked in the door, and from the moment they walked in the door, that's when the R from release started, because there was an opening, there was a greeting that they probably have never had before. And kudos to you, my Donna, my little garden child.
Thank you.
You know what?
I got to wear your band of flowers. I loved it.
And I won that at Young Living. That was a thing that I won, because I forget what we did, but we did something. But anyhow, it was very spiritual, very good. Then Kim leading them in. You know what I mean? It was all so felt from the heart. This was not something that was, honestly, I know we kind of put the plan together as to what we were going to do, but each part just came from us. It's like it flowed. And that's why when even just the 2 people that called today, they said they've never been to anything like this. And I said, well, tell me if that's good or bad. And they said, no, we're still feeling it. And we want to continue to feel it. And you know what? Doesn't that make each one of us? I mean, sometimes it's the words that someone says that's the best gift. And I'm telling you, for our first Vibe Tribe, let me tell you, we're up here right now. Weren't you walking a little bit on air today?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I was feeling. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm grateful that we all got together. I'm grateful that we locked arms and said we can do this, because we can do this. And no matter what the situation was, we got through every little bit. And I'm telling you, meeting people, for those that are listening out there, you know what? I believe women empower women every single day, whether it's a hello, whether it's just a little note, whether it's a live little message that you leave a friend. But if you really want to get empowered and meet people that you don't know, which I love meeting people you don't know, look for us, because our next little vibe tribe is going to be here also. We might even do something, a little holiday something. Maybe our elves out there. We got 4 of us standing around.
I love being an elf.
I think we should elf it out. Okay.
Have an elfin great holiday. That's what I have to say.
Great holiday. Celebrate the holidays together. Celebrate life. Celebrate each and every one, and celebrate that what we have, we should be so proud of.
Yeah.
And every one of you, I love what we did. I love what you brought to my table. I love what you brought to my home. I love that you love being at my home. My home is open to you.
Yeah. And Babe and the Jets.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think too that for those of you that are new to us, or just tuning in tonight, or just tuning in right now, it was just an incredible event. We're talking about the event that we had on Sunday, and it was our first live event, but it will not be anywhere near our last. We were as Cheryl said, consistency. So we're going to be doing something I don't know if it's going to be every month or every other month, but we are going to be doing some Vibe Tribe events so that you can create your very own Vibe Tribe. What is a Vibe Tribe? A Vibe Tribe is a group of people, like-minded people, who are working on themselves, who are open and energetic and want to be in a place where other people are open and energetic and working on themselves and creating the lives that they really want. So that's what our event was called, Stepping Into Your Power, Stepping Into Your Voice. And it was all about the 5th chakra, as everybody was talking about. But each event, we're going to tailor to a different subject. So you're going to find something that you actually would love to work on. You may find something that you're like, I didn't think I needed to work on it, but I think it sounds really great. And each one is going to have a lot of different elements. And I am just so excited to present a whole menu of events, the Vibe Tribe events that you can check out. And what we're saying is, don't just come to one and be done. Come to as many as you want. Come to every single one, because you're going to create a tribe of people. And that's what's so cool. Like the 4 women that we had there for our first event, they've already exchanged numbers. They're already talking to each other. They're already exchanging pictures. They're already saying to us, when's the next Vibe Tribe event? And we're like, it's coming up. Be ready for it. And what we want to do is, like a snowball, build it and build it and build it. And we want you to be involved. So that's why we're talking about it tonight, because we're so excited about it, but they were so excited about it. We want you to get excited about it too.
Yeah. And one of the things is, we love being on, this ability to speak to so many people online and to connect this way. But there is something to be said, and something that is really necessary when women come together and can give each other hugs. And it was funny because so many people, Connie, take a plane.
And you're gonna have to come and stay up here.
Connie, we miss you. Right. We're gonna get down to her.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. Just to be able to hug each other. And every person that came in, they knew me from this, but they're like, now I get to hug you. And I'm like, oh, I get to hug you too. And it was so wonderful to have that connection. And we need it. We really do. It is wonderful to have this type of connection where we can reach out to so many people. And I'm so grateful for this. But I think that everyone was so shocked how wonderful it was just to really be able to connect in person, to eat a meal together, to laugh together, to do silly things together, to learn a little something together, and to expand together, to share. I mean, there was a lot of sharing that went on. There's so much sharing. And there's something to be said to be standing in front of the person and not on a screen. And they're all blessings. I'm happy to have it whatever way I could take it. But I felt really like when my tribe truly expanded too, right? We were just as blessed as the people who came, right? It was just such a give and take. I say, one of the things I love about A Course in Miracles that I say all the time is it says the student is always the teacher and the teacher is always the student, right? And I felt like I was a student of that day and a teacher of that day and a sharer and a giver and a receiver. It was a really beautiful day. And I remember thinking about being upset, like about the weather, but it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. It was just beautiful. And we even got to go outside, not Donna got to take everybody outside.
That's right.
And Donna won that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen. One of the things I will tell you is that not one person that was there said, "Oh, Little Bit Farm is really nice, but it was kind of a hike." Because once you get there,
Yeah.
nobody said it, and I was so happy about that. And I said that to Tracy because when you hear Califon, but when you hear anything that's new and you've never been there, it sounds further than it is. But when you have something to look forward to and you're excited to go there, like I was driving home with the top down and I was like, I just want to go back already. It's so exciting. One of the things I wanted to say that yesterday was really special was touching on something that Kim said. As each and every person walked in that door, they said, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I know you because I watch Open Minded Mystics." So they were like, "I know you, but now I know you." So Lisa, I knew personally. I knew her from It Started With Storytime, and which was really cool. She was one of the biggest, helpers with the lending of the books and the alliterative sentences, and she was just so involved in it. And when she walked in, she looked at Kim and I was there and she's like, "And there you are." And it was
felt like a rock star for a second.
Right? And it was like, "And there's Tracy. Oh my God, it's Cheryl. I saw Cheryl on the show." And wow, I mean, to know that we touched that many people in that kind of way is really sweet. But don't think for a second that you do not touch us as well, because it is so important to know that you took time out of your day to come and join other women to empower each other. Because the fact that you showed up, now you think you're coming there to be empowered, but the fact that you showed up empowered me, because I'm like, look at that. They trust. It's a level of continuation of trust. And that's the first letter T in tribe. And it's trust. It's all about that. And because if we have trust that we can depend on one another, and you can call us, or you could depend on us for, being here on a Monday night or whatever it is, how beautiful is that? Because that's really truly what relationships are based on.
Yeah.
What's cool too, because of the Vibe Tribe, anyone out there, it doesn't mean you have to come singly. I honestly, if I was going to this for my first time and I experienced what I experienced, I would bring my tribe with me, because I would want, when you find something that you fall in love with or you enjoy, who do you share it with? Your friends.
Yep.
So don't think you have to come alone. You can bring anybody you want. You can even bring an animal, because we have room. But you know what? Come get a taste of what a Vibe Tribe is all about. And I can almost guarantee you the magic will not leave you.
Yeah, it's so true. It's amazing. I can't wait to continue to do more good things like this. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's so exciting. One of the things that I keep thinking about is, I think about, because a lot of the work that I do and what I'm love talking about is just energy and how it moves through our, like how our experiences move through our energy body. And so my favorite thing to talk about is the fifth chakra, but I also love to talk about the first chakra and the second chakra and the third chakra. And I'm like, I can't wait to have our next, what will be our next topic.
Yeah, which chakra are we going to talk about anyway?
I don't know.
It was really cool. I got a lot of feedback, Kim, just so you know, when you were talking about the fifth chakra, so many of the things that are associated with the fifth chakra, we talked about positives and negatives that are associated with the fifth chakra. And one of the things that we were talking about were dis-eases. So something that is happening in your life that you're like, I physically can't figure out how or why this thing is happening to me, but it could be and you put up a list of all these things. And so many of the people were like, oh my God, I have that. I have that. I have that. And
can you maybe explain it a little bit? Because now, if anybody wasn't there yesterday, they probably are wondering, what are they talking about? So with the fifth chakra, you're talking about here, but when you're talking about disease, you're not talking about a disease. It's a disease.
I think that, I read A Course in Miracles, and A Course in Miracles says that everything is in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have something and it's in your body, it's in your body now, right? But everything starts from energy, right? Everything starts out as energy. So while it's in energy form, we have certain themes that go on through our life, right? So the child when the child is a baby, they need to be taken care of. That's the root chakra, right? So if we have issues around certain things, they might be from when we're a baby, or I think of a disease it's when it starts energetically, right? When it starts energetically, it is a dis-ease, right? I don't agree with the sounds of that. By the way, I do them differently.
I'm deleting it. I'm deleting it right now.
No. Well, I do them differently because I've seen them differently in different places. Anyway, so if you think about the way energy goes through the body, in the ear, nose, and throat, there are certain diseases we get, right? Like, and they are related to our choice in the body and our power and our ability. So if you lose the ability to hear, there may be a fifth chakra issue related to that. So the fifth chakra is your ability to express your truth, your ability to hear truth, right? Your ability to stand in your power. It's really a very fifth chakra thing. So one of the things that, like I always say, if you have lower back pain, it may be issues around stability and safety, right? Stability and safety is lower back pain. Security, or do you have financial problems? That would be a lower back issue. That would be a root chakra, like safety, security. Fifth chakra issues are really higher level issues with ear, nose, and throat problems would be related to issues of, do I use my voice? Do I hide my voice? Am I standing in my authenticity? Now, when I tell people that, they usually say, give me a break. It's just, like when I used to take massage class, they would talk about foot reflexology. And she said, sometimes it's just your foot, right? So, but I really do believe everything is related. And the more you step into your power and really start to there's questionnaires. Like I have a huge fifth chakra questionnaire. I was going to bring it, but I didn't. That of questions that you can answer to really figure out how you're stepping in your power when it comes to your integrity, which is a high integrity is a very big fifth chakra issue, right? Do I do the things I say I'm going to do?
Right.
How successful am I with that? When it comes to inner wisdom and inner truth and inner authenticity, that's all fifth chakra. And also when it comes to self-expression, right? One of the things I talk about the fifth chakra, that's really the land of judgment. You are never feel judged until you hear it from somebody else, right? You judge yourself, but when there's a verbal exchange of a judgment, that becomes criticism, right? And criticism is a huge pain that we all experience, right? So that's what I meant about dis-ease. It usually starts energetically before it moves into something else, or it could also be something that we brought in, right? Like, so I do believe that we came here to experience certain things, right? And through our challenges, through our experiences, that's how we can get stronger. It's also how we can fall down. So every challenge that we face is an opportunity, which is annoying, but it's true, an opportunity for us to stand in our power. And so sometimes we bring in challenges. So this is what I believe. Take it, do what you got to, because they're part of our path. And those challenges that we bring in are actually designed because they will put us on our path that, if you were meant to be a healer, we may have parents that beat us when we're young. We may have things that seemed horrible when we're young because they may guide us in a certain direction. I think that the universe is always pushing us in the direction of joy. And so what may look like treachery right now may be the thing that will catapult you to where you're supposed to be. So those are the different diseases that we have in our body. So if you think of it as a dis-ease, and the other thing I want to mention about dis-ease is Seth says we think of disease as the solid thing. Seth, by the way, is a channeled work by Jane Roberts. He said if we think of our dis-ease as ice instead of solid, and imagine that love will melt the ice, or that these things can melt. Mindset is everything. Our mind is so powerful, but we don't believe it. So if we could start to change our mindset, the way we see sickness, and you start to think of it as a dis-ease rather than disease, even that sounds less terrifying, right?
Right.
I have a disease sounds way less terrifying than I have a dis-ease. So everything that we could do to change our mindset can help us step into our power, if that makes sense. So that's why I was talking
That's
about the seasons
perfect.
of
That's
fifth.
awesome.
Yeah, we talk a lot about that with Cheryl. She talks about that when she talks about going through what she did with breast cancer and the power of the mind, and what she does with, the spin classes and helping us and teaching us about the oils and waking up and putting oil on our head and our feet. I mean, it's all about mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is about mindset too, but it's also about learning. So everyone that's so great. What was so great about this event is everyone brings their own strength to the event. Everyone brings their own personality to the event. Everyone brings their own energy to the event, but somehow they all meld together and create like this huge bubble of energy. But it's like remember in The Wizard of Oz when Glenda came down in the big bubble?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like. Like, it just felt like these great bubbles of energy of like, wow, everybody's so different. Everybody has different strengths. Everybody has such different. That was the one cool thing that I really took away from it is we got to learn about each other. And Cheryl says it, Kim says it, Donna says it. There's no better way to create a vibe tribe than to get to know people's story. What is your story? What are you dealing with? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to get out of today? And that's really important because a lot of things that you go to, a lot of events, it's not like, what do you want to get out of it? It's like, here's the event, and whether you like it or not, it's up to you, but here's the event.
Right.
I think one thing that the Vibe Tribe did really well and is going to continue to do was tailor it and cater it to the people that are there energetically. We find out what are you dealing with? What is your story? What are you coming to us with? What is your baggage, or what is your positive and your negative? And then we work with that based on whatever we're doing to help you see how whatever we're doing can help your specific situation. And that was the feedback I got from all the women was like, wow, I got something out of that I felt like was specific to what I needed and specific to what I'm going through. And I just want to say kudos to the ladies for figuring that out and taking the time to hear and taking the time to tailor what their strength is to what these people needed. I thought that was brilliant, and I thought it went beautifully, and I was just so excited about that because that means that every time you come to a different event, it's going to be totally different, which is so exciting. It's going to be the energy that you bring in and the energy that we give you is got to combine.
Wonder Twin Power activate.
It's like a science project. You never know how it's going to end up, which is exciting.
But you know what? It all starts with an enter. What you want to enter into. So I believe their minds were pretty open because they didn't know really much what they're coming to, but they entrusted in somebody to come there or something intrigued them. I will tell you, mindset is really important with everything we do in life. And our stomach is the most important thing that we take care of before we try to do anything else in life. Because if we don't have clearness inside us, I worked with kids today. I went down there with a handful of oils. I threw them on the floor. They spun the bottle of oils, and whatever oil came to them, I told them about that oil and they put it on. And you know what? It's taking the time to get to know people. And I believe the people that were here, not the people, the new friends that we have that were here, from the time they clicked their heels and we walked into the Jewel singing Over the Rainbow. I'm telling you, because then you know what? Put yourself back to where Judy Garland was. She was going on a journey herself, and it was her first journey. But you know what? She found 4 wonderful people, 3 wonderful people plus Toto, 4. But then they got there. They got to the Oz, and who was Oz? Oz was acting like he was the most strongest person, and he was hiding behind a curtain. Well, you know what? What we got to know about people is they were raw, and they were sincere, and they told us things that I'm sure they probably have been holding in for a long time. And let me tell you, when someone opens up and opens their heart, they entrust it in each and every one of us. So if any of you are out there that were at the Vibe Tribe and at the table, honestly, it was a blessing to have each and every one here and for you to share what you did with us.
There's Lisa. She said it was magical. And I don't know
Great meeting,
who
Lisa.
I don't know who this person is, just as Facebook, but Cheryl always will feed your eyes and your stomach.
She sure does.
Lil Bit Farm is magic. It was totally magic. I know. You know what else is magic?
What?
That we only have 10 minutes left. Not even.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
I love hanging out with you guys.
So,
Let's hang out all day.
I think let's leave on a good note. Like, you know what? Ho-ho, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, so we are going to be, or have the season for, we will be having something. So watch us, listen to what's going on. Something's going on for the month of December. You know what? The first 12 days, you just never know what might be coming here. A little
On
jingle,
the first
little
day
elf,
of Christmas, I went to Little Bit Farm and everything was great.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Yeah, I am so psyched. So from what Cheryl's saying, keep your eyes and ears open, ladies and gentlemen, because we are working on our calendar as we speak, and we definitely need something special for the holidays. And you know what's cool about it? It could be a gift to yourself. How about them apples?
You know what would be gift to us? If you share it. So if you don't mind, because we are definitely trying to expand our tribe, when you see our posts, our ask, and you can only get what you ask for in the universe, is help us share the word. Because you know what? If you were there yesterday and you saw how amazing it was, just you want to share that, like, you know, with a friend, because that's what we do. Just like we share these messages with friends, and that's the part that we're at already.
I
I can't
can't
believe it.
I know.
One more time for Denise Washington. That was awesome. She was so
she was
good.
awesome.
And she's going to be here. If you didn't hear, the first Monday of every month, Denise will be here giving us 10 minutes, 10 at the top with Denise. I love that title. She's going to be giving us 10 minutes on fitness and what we can be doing in our lives. Some cool tips. It's always great to get like a fun little tip. Every time I go to the gym, I always like try to look around and find one new exercise to do.
Yeah.
Because something that hits at a different angle. And so I'm very excited to hear what she's going to share with us every Monday, first Monday of the month.
I loved the neat idea. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Get your neat on, kids, because
just move around.
Move around. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, I'm going to put myself on the big screen.
Woo!
I'm going to have Rocky go first today. Rocky is
Stop.
Okay. Are you ready, Rocky?
I am so ready.
Healing angel. At this very moment, you're being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. One of us always gets this. Accept this healing, Cheryl. We, your angels, surround you with the wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. And wait,
upside down.
Yeah, creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires, Cheryl. You pick who goes next, Cheryl.
Trey.
Okay.
Here we go. Woo, baby, I'm ready. Here we go. Now.
Okay, wow. Divine mystery. You, along with the sun, earth, moon, and stars, are part of one creation, a divine mystery unfolding, Tracy, each moment. Be present and feel the power of now. Be in the moment and witness the wonder of it all.
The wonder of it all.
Everybody out there, you know that if you are vibing with Tracy tonight, then these messages are for you. If you were vibing with Cheryl, then this is for you. And this is your last one, Tracy. Sacred knowledge. I love this. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Feel the peace within. Beyond your thought lies your eternal truth. The I am presence of eternal love. I love that.
Yeah,
I love it.
I will tell you, my friend Michelle that works with me, she had an event on Saturday and at Aldi La, and it was all about the 10 I ams of Jesus. And I said to her, I wish I didn't work. I would have loved to have gone to that. I'm going to pick her brain.
First of all, what is Aldi La? What is Aldi La?
Aldi La is an Italian place on Route 17 that they have. It's where my therapist said I really wish I could get that room and do comedy shows. And then the lockdown happened, but You know, you never know.
It's like a restaurant called
It's an
Aldi La.
Italian restaurant, Aldi La.
What does Aldi La mean?
Cheryl, do you know what that means?
I know it's always been said.
We have to look it up.
I asked my daughter.
We'll Google it. Aldi La. You know what? Tina Kopko is going to probably come in with the answer. Or Marie Coppola. And Coppola. Whatever her name is, I love her. And I always say her name wrong and my daughter yells at me. She had her
I think it's Coppola, like Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, it's Coppola.
Yeah, but I always say all sorts of ways. I just love her. And her friend Deborah, how great was Deborah?
Deborah was great.
Oh, Deborah, everybody was great.
Yeah.
I love the energy of every single woman that was there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah, it's me. It's me. Yeah, me. Stop.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Transformation.
I will take it. I will take it.
I love how she acts like it's let's make a deal.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. What's in your purse, Bob? Here we go.
Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to even greater light, even greater oneness, and even greater wisdom.
Amen.
Yes, exactly. Isn't that so funny? Keep laughing. Bang! Scuba Ray! That's right. Jets. And
I love that he's checking out the Vibe Tribe.
I love that he's here for that. Healing Angel, you got this.
Take it.
Oh, you got her.
I can't believe you and Cheryl at this very moment you're being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant, Kim.
Fabulous.
Yes. But not least, I'm going to read cards for myself. And what? Get out of here. I thought you were saying.
Wow, you are far above me.
Marie, I thought you were actually saying that to me. And I'm like, you're crazy. I love you.
You're far above me.
Wow. Right. All right, Marie.
So how would you use it in a sentence, Cheryl? Does anyone know? Kim?
I'm not a clue.
Just an Italian word that would come out. It's almost like, well, it's not like stunati, but like it's just like a one word that the family would throw out. It's not used often. It's an old word, I will tell you that. It's not from the new language of Italian, but take it out.
I wonder in what context it would be. Like Aldi La, like.
Oh, I love that. It's like you are a star. Aldi La, Tracy. Aldi La.
We're going to be Schrambriseing and Aldi lying now.
Yes. We are going to be Schrambriseing.
Okay.
It sounds like an old song.
And awesomizing.
Awesomizing, yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm feeling a little like I need what are we here? Okay, good. Let's do a miracle.
All you need is a miracle.
Exactly. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work, shining above me.
Aldi La.
Sacred source. We, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, of being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. That's my miracle. I love that.
Awesome.
That'd be amazing. I cannot thank you, ladies, enough for your friendship, for your team and partnership, and for everyone watching that was there yesterday, that will be there in the future. I love my Vibe Tribe. I'm so excited.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much. And have a great day. Yeah.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Have a great week, everybody.
Love you. And you missed it so much. Just watch us Wednesday night. I mean,
yes.
More football people are just showing up we're manifesting you. I love it. See you later.
What color is it?
What color is what?
I don't.
Girls,